I watched the principal's son frame my teacher and plant evidence. When I reported it, they called me a liar. The gym doors bang open and Principal Kowalski's voice cuts through the chaos before I even see his face. What happened here? I'm still pressed against the bleachers, paint fumes burning my throat, watching Drew Kowalski crouch beside Mr. Harrison's locker like he's examining a crime scene. Red spray paint drips down the scoreboard. Glass crunches under someone's shoes. The words "Harrison out" slash across the wall in letters 3 feet tall. Sir, I found this. Drew holds up a paint can like it's radioactive. Right by his locker. Mr. Harrison shoves through the crowd of teachers, his face going white when he sees the damage. What is this? Don't move. Principal Kowalski points at him. Don't touch anything. I just got here. Mr. Harrison's voice cracks. I was in the faculty parking lot. Ask anyone. The evidence speaks for itself. The principal pulls out his phone. Security's on the way. Drew stands up slowly, brushing off his knees. His eyes sweep the gym and land on me. Just for a second. Long enough for the corner of his mouth to twitch upward. My legs want to move. My mouth wants to open. Instead, I stand there like an idiot while Coach Peters tries to herd students out, and Mrs. Brennan takes photos with her phone. The whole scene feels staged, too perfect, and I'm the only one who knows why. Everyone out. Principal Kowalski waves his arms. This is now a closed investigation. Mr. Harrison looks around wildly. Someone has to have seen something. The cameras in this section have been malfunctioning for weeks. The principal's voice drops. You know that. Convenient. Mr. Harrison laughs, but it sounds desperate. This is insane. 2 security guards appear. One of them I recognize from lunch duty, the others new. They flank Mr. Harrison like he might run. You're suspended pending investigation. Principal Kowalski doesn't even look at him. Effective immediately. Badge and keys. You can't be serious. Badge and keys. Mr. Harrison fumbles with his lanyard. His hands shake as he unhooks his ID. When he drops his keys, they clatter against the floor loud enough that everyone stops moving. He bends to pick them up and I see his face properly for the first time. He looks scared. The guards walk him out. Students press against the doorway, phones up, filming everything. Someone whispers that Mr. Harrison finally snapped. Someone else says they always knew he was unstable. The story's already writing itself. Drew drifts toward the exit with everyone else. He passes close enough that I smell his cologne. Close enough that when he says wild, right? Only I can hear. I nod because my voice won't work. Glad someone finally did something about him. Drew stretches, casual. Guy's been on a power trip all semester. The crowd carries us into the hallway. Lockers slam. Voices overlap. Everyone has a theory. Drew peels off toward the main office with his father, and I keep walking until I hit the bathroom, lock myself in a stall, and try to breathe normally. I saw him. 20 minutes ago. Maybe less. I cut through the back hallway because the main one's always packed between periods, and there was Drew with 2 paint cans and a backpack. He was laughing, talking on the phone. He didn't see me because he was too busy jimmying open the gym's side door with something metal. The bell rings. 4th period. My hands are still shaking when I wash them. In the mirror, I look exactly like what Principal Kowalski will call me later, a troubled kid looking for attention. By 3rd period the next day, Mr. Harrison's name is everywhere. Group chats blow up with screenshots of the vandalized gym. Someone made a meme of his ID photo with "busted" across the forehead. In the cafeteria, I hear 3 different versions of what happened, and in every single one, Mr. Harrison is guilty. He always hated jocks, someone says at the table behind me. My brother had him last year. Total psycho about late work. Probably wanted to get back at the basketball team for something. I push my lunch tray away. The French fries taste like cardboard. Across the cafeteria, Drew holds court at the senior table. He's animated, hands moving, and everyone leans in. Someone laughs. Someone else nods seriously. He's telling the story like he's a witness to history instead of the guy who made it happen. My phone buzzes. A text from Mom asking if I'm okay, if I need to talk to Dr. Fletcher this week. I delete it without answering. The assistant principal's office smells like old coffee and artificial air freshener. Mrs. Kowalski sits behind her desk with my file open, the school logo on her mug facing me like a warning. I saw Drew Kowalski. The words come out too fast. Yesterday, before anyone found the gym. He had paint cans. Mrs. Kowalski sets down her pen. Drew reported the vandalism. Because he did it. My voice sounds shrill even to me. He was opening the side door with something metal. I saw him. What time was this? Right before the bell, maybe 2:15. She flips through papers. Drew was in AP Chemistry until 2:20. I have the attendance record right here. Then someone marked him present when he wasn't there. Or you're confused about the timeline. Mrs. Kowalski's voice goes soft, which somehow makes it worse. Honey, I know the divorce has been hard. Dr. Fletcher's notes say you've been struggling with, this isn't about my parents. Trauma can affect perception, memory. It's not your fault. But when we're under stress, sometimes we see things that aren't. I know what I saw. Mrs. Kowalski closes the file. Mr. Harrison's locker was found open. The paint can had his fingerprints. There's a paper trail of complaints about his teaching methods. Drew planted it, that's the whole point. That's a very serious accusation. She leans forward. Against the principal's son. Do you understand what you're saying? The air conditioning kicks on. I watch the papers on her desk flutter. I'm saying I saw him with paint cans before the gym was vandalized. I'm saying he did it. and I'm saying you should think very carefully before you repeat that to anyone else. Mrs. Kowalski stands up. I know you want to help, but spreading rumors won't change the facts. If you're having trouble processing what happened, I can send another note to Dr. Fletcher. The dismissal is clear. I grab my backpack and leave before she can say anything else about therapy or stress or my unreliable, traumatized brain. Drew catches me after lunch near the vending machines where the hallway splits toward the science wing. His friends fan out behind him like backup singers. I recognize 2 from the basketball team and 1 from student council. Hey, Drew's voice is friendly. Heard you've been talking to Kowalski. I try to step around him. He shifts left, blocking me. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. Yesterday was pretty intense. I'm fine. Good. He nods slowly. Because I heard you've been saying some weird stuff about me. His friends close in, not threatening exactly, but present, watching. I saw what I saw. Drew laughs. You saw me find evidence that a teacher lost it and trashed school property. That's what everyone saw. You had paint cans, before anyone knew about the gym. Chemistry lab. He says it's smooth, rehearsed. We were doing an experiment with aerosols. Mrs. Yang can confirm. You weren't in chemistry. Attendance says different. Drew tilts his head. But hey, maybe you're confused. Lot going on in your life right now, right? Parents splitting up, therapy appointments, all that heavy stuff. My face goes hot. How do you... Small school. People talk. He shrugs. I'm just saying maybe you should focus on getting yourself right before you start making accusations. Snitches don't graduate easy around here. One of his friends snickers. The student council girl examines her nails. Especially snitches who can't keep their story straight. Drew's voice drops lower. You feel me? The warning bell rings. Students stream past us toward their next class. Drew steps back, hands up like we've just been having a friendly conversation. Think about it, he says. For your own good. They walk away laughing about something else entirely. I stand there until the hallway empties and I'm late for English. By the end of the day, I know the message worked. 3 people I barely know give me weird looks in the hallway. Someone bumps my shoulder hard enough to make me drop my calculator. In the bathroom, 2 girls stop talking when I walk in, then leave immediately. At my locker, someone's written liar on a sticky note and pressed it to the vent. The handwriting's bubbly, feminine, careful. I peel it off and shove it in my pocket. Mom picks me up instead of letting me take the bus. She asks how my day was and I say fine. She asks if I want to stop for ice cream and I say no. She mentions Dr. Fletcher again and I stare out the window until she stops talking. That night, I lie in bed scrolling through social media. A junior I've never spoken to posted a poll asking if Mr. Harrison should be fired. 87% voted yes. Someone else shared a petition demanding better teacher screening. Drew commented on both with a heartfelt message about school safety and standing up against adults who abuse their power. 400 likes in 3 hours. I close the app and stare at the ceiling. The truth is sitting in my head, solid and real, and no one wants to hear it. The next morning, I start a document on my laptop. Timeline first. Monday, 2:10 p.m. I left biology early with a hall pass. Saw Drew near the gym's side entrance with 2 paint cans, one red, one white. He was using something metal to jimmy the door. I watched for maybe 30 seconds before he noticed me, and I kept walking. The gym was discovered vandalized at 3:45 p.m. Drew reported it. I add everything I can remember, the way he held the cans, the metallic scraping sound, how his expression changed when he saw me, from focused to casual in half a second. Then I open Instagram. Drew's account is public, full of basketball highlights and party photos. I scroll back to Monday night. There's a post from 9:47 p.m. showing him at someone's house, red cup in hand, caption reading, "Another W in the books." 32 comments, most congratulating him. But 4 comments down, someone named Becca wrote, "You're insane," with 3 crying, laughing emojis. Drew replied, "Sometimes you gotta handle business." I screenshot it. Tuesday morning, he posted a long caption about integrity and trust, how adults should be held accountable when they violate school values. It has 214 likes. In the comments, someone named Marcus wrote, "Bro, you're a legend for reporting that." Drew replied with a shrugging emoji and, "Just doing what's right." I screenshot that too. Wednesday, he shared the petition about teacher screening. The comments are full of people praising him for speaking up. But one comment from a girl named Sienna says, "Glad you finally got rid of him, LOL." Drew deleted it within an hour, but not before someone else replied, "Wait, what?" The whole exchange is gone now, but I remember seeing it during lunch. I write down Sienna's name, Marcus's name, Becca's name. Thursday at lunch, I sit in the library instead of the cafeteria. The librarian, Ms. Patel, doesn't ask why I'm eating a granola bar at a study carrel instead of going through the hot lunch line. I search the school directory for Sienna Ruiz, junior, volleyball team. I find her Instagram and send a DM. "Hey, I saw your comment on Drew's post about Mr. Harrison. Can we talk?" She reads it immediately. The typing bubble appears, then disappears, then appears again. "I don't want drama. I'm not trying to start anything. I just need to know what you meant." The bubble appears and disappears 3 more times. Finally, Drew's been talking about getting Harrison fired since last year. He failed AP US history and blamed Harrison for being too hard. That's all I know. Did he ever say how he'd do it? No response. The read receipt shows she saw it, but the typing bubble doesn't come back. I wait 5 minutes, then 10. Nothing. At least I have her first message. Marcus is harder to find. The directory lists 4 Marcus entries. I narrow it down by checking Drew's followers and find Marcus Chen, Sr., in the same AP Chem class. His Instagram is private, but his Twitter isn't. I scroll through weeks of posts about basketball stats and video games until I find something from Monday night. Kowalski really said he'd make it look perfect. Wild. It's vague enough to mean anything, but the timestamp is 10:23 p.m. right after Drew's party post. I screenshot it anyway. Friday morning, I'm at my locker when I hear Drew's voice around the corner. He's talking to someone, laughing about something. I grab my phone and open the voice recorder, then pretend to organize my textbooks while keeping the phone in my hoodie pocket, microphone facing out. I'm just saying it worked. Drew's voice is clear, confident. He's gone. Dad said the district's already looking at termination. Your dad actually went through with it? The other voice is male, younger, maybe a sophomore. He didn't have a choice. Evidence is evidence. Drew laughs. And Harrison made it easy being such a jerk all the time. No one's surprised. What about that girl who said she saw you? My breath catches. I press myself against the locker, phone still recording. Who, the therapy case? Please. Kowalski shut that down day 1. No one believes her. Drew's voice gets quieter, but the phone picks it up. Dad said no one will ever believe her. Not with her history. That's cold, man. That's smart, you gotta think ahead. Their voices fade as they walk toward the gym. I wait until I can't hear them anymore, then stop the recording. My hands shake so hard I almost drop the phone. The file is 2 minutes and 43 seconds long. I play it back with my earbuds in, volume low. Every word is clear. Drew admitting his dad helped. Drew admitting he framed Mr. Harrison. Drew dismissing me like I'm nothing. I save it to 3 different places. My phone, my laptop, the cloud. That afternoon, I find Becca Thornton in the parking lot after school. She's leaning against a Honda Civic, scrolling through her phone. When I approach, she looks up with the wary expression I've gotten used to this week. I need to ask you about Drew. I don't know you. You commented on his Instagram Monday night. You said he was insane. Becca's face closes off. That was a joke. It didn't sound like a joke. Well, it was. She opens her car door. I have to go. He framed Mr. Harrison. You know that, right? I don't know anything. She slides into the driver's seat. And you should stop going around saying stuff like that. People are talking. Let them talk. Easy for you to say. Becca starts the engine. You're already the weird therapy girl. Some of us have reputations to protect. She backs out before I can respond. I watch her taillights disappear around the corner, then walk to the bus stop alone. At home, I add Becca's response to my document. Refused to confirm but didn't deny. Afraid of social consequences. I'm building a pattern now, a web of small confirmations and convenient silences. None of it is enough on its own, but together it starts to look like something. Mom knocks on my door around 8. Dinner's ready. Not hungry? You didn't eat lunch. I had a granola bar. She opens the door anyway. What are you working on? I close my laptop. Homework. You've been on that computer for 3 hours. Mom sits on the edge of my bed. Dr. Fletcher called. She said you missed your Wednesday appointment. I forgot. She said you've missed 3 appointments. I don't answer. Mom sighs, the same tired sound she's been making since Dad moved out. Baby, I know school is hard right now, but you can't just stop taking care of yourself. I'm fine. You're not fine. You're obsessing over this thing with Mr. Harrison. Her voice goes soft. The school investigated. They found evidence. Sometimes we have to accept things we don't like. What if they're wrong? Then that's for the adults to figure out, not you. Please eat something, Mom says. Then we'll schedule another appointment with Dr. Fletcher. She leaves the door open. I listen to her footsteps fade down the hallway, then open my laptop again. The document is 17 pages now. Screenshots, timestamps, names, quotes. Drew's own words recorded and saved. It sits there on my screen, solid and real and completely useless, because I have no idea who to show it to. Every adult I've told has dismissed me. Every student I've approached has walked away. I play the recording one more time. Drew's voice fills my earbuds. Dad said no one will ever believe her. My cursor hovers over the file. Then I open a new browser tab and type School District Superintendent Contact Information. The website loads. There's a phone number, an email address, and a form for submitting concerns to the school board. I stare at it for a long time. Then I click Compose New Message and start typing. I send the email at 9:47 p.m. Subject line: Evidence of false accusation against teacher. The body is 3 paragraphs summarizing what I saw, what I've documented, and what Drew admitted on the recording. I attach everything: screenshots, the audio file, my timeline. Then I sit there staring at the sent folder until my eyes blur. The next morning, I skip first period and take the bus downtown instead. The district office is a gray building 2 blocks from the courthouse, with a parking lot full of sedans and a lobby that smells like coffee and copy paper. A woman at the front desk looks up when I walk in. Can I help you? I need to see the superintendent. Do you have an appointment? No, but I sent him an email last night about a student falsely accusing a teacher. I have evidence. She frowns. Honey, the superintendent doesn't meet with students without parental consent. You need to go through your principal. The principal is the problem. His son framed the teacher. Her expression shifts from polite to uncomfortable. I can pass along a message, but I'm not leaving until someone listens to me. Sweetie, you can't just... I have a recording of the principal's son admitting he did it. I have screenshots. I have witnesses. If no one looks at this, Mr. Harrison loses his job for something he didn't do. The woman glances toward a hallway behind her desk. Wait here. She disappears through a door marked Administration. I sit in one of the plastic chairs lining the wall and watch the clock above the desk tick forward. 8 minutes pass. Then 12. A man in his 50s with wire-rimmed glasses and a blue tie emerges from the hallway. He looks tired. I'm Dr. Brennan, the superintendent. You sent me an email? I stand. Yes. Come with me. His office is small and cluttered with binders and framed certificates. He gestures to a chair across from his desk and sits down, pulling up something on his computer. I read your email this morning. You're a sophomore at Langford High? Yes. And you're saying you witnessed Drew Kowalski vandalizing the gymnasium? Yes. Monday afternoon, I saw him with paint cans, breaking into the gym through the side entrance. Why didn't you report it immediately? I tried. I told the principal the next day. He said I was making it up. Dr. Brennan types something, then looks at me over his glasses. You're aware that's a serious accusation? Falsely reporting a crime carries consequences. I'm not lying. I didn't say you were, but I need to understand why you waited until now to bring this to the district level. Because no one believed me. The principal shut it down. The assistant principal told me to stop spreading rumors. Mr. Harrison is suspended for something Drew did, and everyone acts like I'm the problem. Dr. Brennan leans back in his chair. You mentioned a recording in your email. I pull out my phone and open the file. I recorded Drew talking to another student Friday morning. He admits his dad helped cover it up. He admits he framed Mr. Harrison. I hand him the phone with my earbuds. He listens to the entire recording without speaking, his face unreadable. When it finishes, he rewinds and listens again. Then he sets the phone on his desk. Do you have any other evidence? I show him the screenshots. Drew's Instagram comments, Sienna's message, Marcus's tweet, the timeline I built. He studies each one, zooming in on the timestamps, comparing them to notes on his computer. Wait here, he says. He leaves the office with my phone still on his desk. I sit there for 20 minutes, listening to muffled voices in the hallway and the hum of fluorescent lights. When he comes back, he's holding a notepad and wearing the expression of someone who just made a decision he doesn't want to make. I'm calling an emergency board meeting for tonight. We'll need to review this with the school's administration and legal counsel. What about Mr. Harrison? If what you're telling me is accurate, he'll be reinstated immediately. But we need to verify everything first. Dr. Brennan hands my phone back. I'll need you to forward that recording and all your screenshots to this email address. Don't delete anything. Don't share it with anyone else. He writes an email on a post-it note and hands it to me. What happens to Drew? That's not something I can discuss with you, but I want you to understand something. He leans forward, hands folded on his desk. If you're wrong about this, there will be serious consequences. For you, for your family, for everyone involved. Are you absolutely certain about what you saw? I'm certain. Then go home, stay off social media, don't talk to anyone about this until we complete our investigation. Understood? I nod. Good. Someone from the district will contact your mother later today. The bus ride back to school takes 30 minutes. I miss second and third period. When I walk into fourth period English 15 minutes late, Mrs. Alvarez gives me a look but doesn't say anything. Drew's not in class. His seat in the back row is empty. By lunch, people are staring again. Not the same hostile stares from last week, but something different. Curious. Uncertain. I sit alone at the table near the windows and eat a sandwich I packed this morning, watching the cafeteria move around me like I'm behind glass. Halfway through lunch, 2 men in suits walk past the cafeteria windows. They're with Principal Kowalski and the assistant principal, all four heading toward the main office. The cafeteria goes quiet for a second. Then the noise rushes back louder than before. Someone at the next table whispers, "Are those cops?" No, probably district people. Why would the district be here? I keep eating my sandwich. The rest of the day drags. Fifth period biology, sixth period algebra. Teachers seem distracted, checking their phones between lessons. The PA system crackles twice, but no announcements come through. By seventh period, the rumors are everywhere. Drew's dad is in a meeting. Mr. Harrison's coming back. Someone said the gym footage was recovered. Someone else said Drew's been suspended. I don't confirm or deny anything. I just sit in the back of U.S. history and take notes on Reconstruction like it's a normal Wednesday. Mom calls me during 8th period. I let it go to voicemail, then listen to the message in the bathroom. The school district called. They want to meet with both of us tomorrow morning. What's going on? Call me back. I text her. I'll explain when I get home. After school, I take the late bus instead of the regular one, avoiding the crowd in the parking lot. When I get home, Mom's car is already in the driveway. She's sitting at the kitchen table with her laptop open and a cup of coffee going cold. Sit down. I drop my backpack and sit. Dr. Brennan from the district office called me an hour ago. He said you went to his office this morning without permission. He said you have evidence about Mr. Harrison's case. Mom's voice is tight, controlled. Why didn't you tell me? You told me to let the adults handle it. So you went to the superintendent instead? Do you understand how serious this is? If you're wrong, I'm not wrong. You can't know that. I recorded Drew admitting it. I have screenshots of him talking about it. I have witnesses who won't go on record but know he did it. My voice stays level. I'm not wrong. Mom closes her laptop. Why didn't you come to me first? Because you didn't believe me either. No one did. She looks at me for a long time, and something in her face shifts. Not quite belief, but not dismissal either. Show me what you have. I pull out my phone and show her everything. The recording, the screenshots, the timeline. She listens to Drew's voice twice, reading my notes while the audio plays. When it's done, she sets the phone down carefully, like it might explode. We're meeting with Dr. Brennan and the school board tomorrow at 9 a.m. He said they recovered security footage from the night of the vandalism. What does it show? He wouldn't say, but he wants you to walk them through everything you saw, step by step. Mom reaches across the table and takes my hand. If this is real, if Drew really did this, you just saved a man's career. Do you understand that? I know, but if something goes wrong tomorrow, if there's any detail you got wrong or any part of this that doesn't hold up, it's going to fall on you. The school will come after you. Drew's family will come after you. Are you ready for that? I think about Mr. Harrison standing in front of the class explaining historical context, his voice steady and fair. I think about Drew laughing in the hallway, so sure no one would ever believe me. I think about the last 2 weeks of silence and isolation, and how none of it will matter if the truth stays buried. I'm ready. Mom squeezes my hand. Then we'll do this together. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in bed replaying the recording in my head, checking my phone every 20 minutes to make sure the files are still there. At 2 a.m., I get up and forward everything to Mom's email, just in case. Then I lie back down and stare at the ceiling until the sky starts turning gray. The school board meeting room is smaller than I expected. Rectangular table, gray walls, a projector screen pulled down at the far end. 7 board members sit on one side. Dr. Brennan sits at the head. Mom and I sit across from them, and the air smells like stale coffee and nerves. Thank you for coming, Dr. Brennan says. We've spent the last 18 hours reviewing the evidence provided by your daughter, along with security footage recovered from the night of the incident. We'd like to walk through what happened, step by step. One of the board members, a woman with short gray hair, leans forward. Before we begin, I want to be clear about the seriousness of what we're discussing. False accusations against school staff carry significant consequences. We need absolute honesty. I understand, I say. Dr. Brennan opens a folder. You said you witnessed Drew Kowalski entering the gymnasium through the side entrance on Monday afternoon. What time was this? Around 4:30. I was leaving debate practice. And you're certain it was Drew? Yes, he was wearing his varsity jacket. I saw his face. Another board member, a man in his 60s, typed something on a laptop. The security system was disabled between 4:15 and 5 p.m. that day. Maintenance logs show Principal Kowalski accessed the control panel at 4:10. The room goes quiet. Mom's hand tightens on the armrest beside me. Dr. Brennan pulls up an image on the projector. Grainy security footage, timestamp in the corner, Drew walking across the parking lot with 2 paint cans. This was recovered from an external camera that wasn't connected to the main system. It was overlooked during the initial investigation. I stare at the screen. Drew's face is clear. His stride is casual, confident, like he knew no one would check. The gray-haired woman writes something in her notebook. Principal Kowalski told us the footage had been corrupted. He said there was no visual evidence. He lied, Dr. Brennan says flatly. We also recovered this. Another image appears. Principal Kowalski standing outside the gym's side entrance, holding the door open. Drew walks through. The timestamp reads 4:32 p.m. Mom exhales slowly beside me. We interviewed the custodial staff this morning, Dr. Brennan continues. 2 janitors confirmed they saw Principal Kowalski in the building after hours that night. One said he was carrying cleaning supplies toward the gym. Another said the principal told him to skip that wing during his rounds. The man with the laptop looks at me. You recorded a conversation between Drew and another student. Can you explain how you obtained that recording? I was in the hallway Friday morning. Drew was talking to someone near his locker. I used my phone. Did he know you were recording? No. That's a legal gray area, the man says. Single-party consent laws in this state allow it, but it complicates things. It's still evidence, another board member says, and it corroborates everything else. Dr. Brennan closes the folder. We've completed our review. The evidence is conclusive. Drew Kowalski vandalized school property and planted evidence to implicate Mr. Harrison. Principal Kowalski knowingly interfered with the investigation to protect his son. Both will face consequences. What happens now? Mom asks. Mr. Harrison will be reinstated immediately with a formal apology. Drew Kowalski will be expelled, effective today. Principal Kowalski has been placed on administrative leave pending further action. The gray-haired woman looks at me directly. You did the right thing coming forward. I know it wasn't easy. It wasn't, I say. Unfortunately, you may face some backlash from the community. Drew's family has connections in this district. Are you prepared for that? I don't know, I admit, but I'm not taking it back. Dr. Brennan stands. We'll issue a statement to the school community this afternoon. Until then, I'd advise you to keep a low profile. If anyone contacts you directly, refer them to the district office. Mom and I leave through the side exit. The parking lot is almost empty, just a few cars scattered near the entrance. She unlocks the car but doesn't start the engine right away. How are you feeling? She asks. Tired. That's fair. She turns the key and pulls out of the lot. They believed you. That's what matters. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like a victory yet. Just the end of one fight and the beginning of whatever comes next. The district sends an email to every family at 2 p.m. I'm in English class when phones start buzzing across the room. Mrs. Alvarez tries to ignore it, but the noise builds until she stops mid-sentence. What's going on? Someone in the front row holds up their phone. The principal resigned. The room erupts. People talking over each other, pulling out phones, refreshing email apps. Mrs. Alvarez walks to her desk and checks her own phone, then looks up with an expression I can't read. All right, settle down. I'm sure we'll hear more details soon. But no one settles down. The bell rings and the hallway floods with noise. Clusters of students huddled around phones, reading the email out loud. I catch fragments as I walk past. Drew's expelled. Wait, his dad knew? Mr. Harrison's coming back tomorrow. They're saying the girl who reported it was right. No one says my name, but a few people glance at me as I pass. Not hostile anymore, just uncertain, like they're trying to figure out what changed. I eat lunch outside, sitting on the bench near the courtyard where no one usually goes. The sun is bright and the air smells like cut grass. Halfway through my sandwich, someone sits down beside me. It's Marcus. Hey, he says. Hey, you were scared. Yeah, but that's not an excuse. He looks at me. Drew's family is pissed. His mom called my mom last night saying you fabricated everything, but my mom told her to back off. Your mom? She said if the district found evidence, then it's real. And she told Drew's mom that her son needs to face consequences like everyone else. Marcus smiles faintly. It was kind of intense. Thanks for telling me. No problem. He stands adjusting his backpack. People are going to talk. Some of them still think you did this for attention, but a lot of us know you didn't. Just so you know. He walks back toward the main building, and I finish my sandwich alone. By the end of the day, the story is everywhere, not just at school, but in the local news. A reporter calls Mom's cell while I'm walking to the bus stop. She declines the call and texts me, "Don't talk to anyone from the media." I don't plan to. That night, Mom makes spaghetti, and we eat in the living room with the TV on mute. She scrolls through her phone between bites, reading updates from the district's website. Principal Kowalski officially resigned this afternoon, she says. The statement says he's stepping down for personal reasons, but everyone knows what that means. Good. The district's appointing an interim principal until they hire someone permanent. Dr. Brennan said they're also reviewing the school's reporting procedures to make sure this doesn't happen again. I twirl spaghetti on my fork. Do you think it'll actually change anything? Mom sets her phone down. I don't know, but you forced them to pay attention. That's more than most people manage. It shouldn't have been this hard. No, she agrees, it shouldn't have. The next morning, Mr. Harrison is back. I see him in the hallway before first period, talking to another teacher near the main office. He looks the same. Pressed shirt, glasses, the same steady expression he always has. A few students stop to shake his hand. One girl hugs him and he smiles, patting her shoulder awkwardly. I don't approach. I just watch from across the hall, relieved that he's here and that the last 2 weeks didn't destroy him. Then he sees me. He excuses himself from the conversation and walks over, hands in his pockets. Can we talk for a minute? Sure. We step into an empty classroom nearby. He closes the door and leans against the desk, arms crossed but not defensive. Just tired. I heard what you did, he says. Dr. Brennan told me you're the one who brought the evidence to the district. I just told them what I saw. You did more than that. You fought for the truth when no one else would. His voice cracks slightly. You saved my career. You saved my reputation. I don't know how to thank you for that. You don't have to. Yes, I do. He straightens, looking at me directly. What you did was brave, and lonely, and harder than it should have been. But you did it anyway. That matters. I don't know what to say, so I just nod. If you ever need anything, a recommendation, someone to vouch for you, whatever it is, you come to me. Understood? Understood. He opens the door, and I walk back into the hallway. The bell rings, and the crowd surges toward classrooms. I blend into the flow, just another student moving through another Thursday. But something feels different now. Lighter. Like the weight I've been carrying finally has somewhere to rest. The emergency board meeting is scheduled for Thursday evening at 7. The district sends a mass email Wednesday afternoon announcing that significant developments in the recent personnel matter will be addressed in open session. By the time Mom and I arrive, the high school auditorium is packed. Every seat is filled. Parents stand along the back wall. Local reporters set up cameras near the exits. I recognize faces from the PTA, the debate team's parent volunteers, teachers I've had since freshman year. The air hums with whispered speculation. Mom guides me to a seat in the third row. Stay calm, she says quietly. Let them do the talking. Dr. Brennan sits at a long table on stage with the 7 board members. Principal Kowalski's empty chair sits off to the side, a visual reminder of what's missing. Mr. Harrison sits in the front row across the aisle from us, hands folded in his lap, expression neutral. At exactly 7, Dr. Brennan taps the microphone. The room goes silent. Thank you all for coming on short notice. We've called this meeting to address recent events involving personnel decisions at the high school. For the sake of transparency, we'll be presenting our findings publicly. A board member to her left clicks a remote. The projector screen behind them lights up with the district's official letterhead. On Monday afternoon, a student came forward with evidence related to the vandalism incident in the gymnasium 2 weeks ago. That evidence included eyewitness testimony, security footage, and recorded conversations. Over the past 72 hours, we conducted a full investigation. What we found was deeply troubling. The screen changes. Security footage appears. Drew walking across the parking lot with paint cans. Principal Kowalski holding the gym door open. Timestamps clear in the corner. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Someone behind me whispers, OMG. Dr. Brennan continues. Principal Kowalski disabled the main security system prior to the incident. He provided false information to investigators, claiming footage had been corrupted. He instructed custodial staff to avoid the gymnasium during their evening rounds. And when a student came forward with information, he dismissed her claims and discouraged further inquiry. The gray-haired board member leans into her microphone. We also discovered that Drew Kowalski confessed his actions to multiple peers. One of those conversations was recorded. While the legality of that recording has been questioned, it corroborates all other evidence we obtained. The screen shifts again. A transcript of Drew's conversation appears, his words typed out in clean black text. Harrison's done. My dad made sure of it. The auditorium erupts, parents talking over each other, reporters scribbling notes. Someone near the back shouts, "Where's Kowalski now?" Dr. Brennan raises a hand. Principal Kowalski resigned yesterday afternoon. Drew Kowalski has been expelled and the matter has been referred to juvenile authorities. Mr. Harrison has been fully reinstated with a formal apology from the district. Applause breaks out. Not everyone joins in, but enough that the sound fills the room. Mr. Harrison doesn't move, just sits there, staring straight ahead. We owe Mr. Harrison more than an apology, Dr. Brennan says once the noise dies down. We owe him accountability. This situation exposed serious flaws in our reporting protocols and our willingness to investigate claims made by students. We failed him, and we failed the student who came forward. She pauses, looking directly at me. That student showed extraordinary courage. She pursued the truth when adults in positions of authority told her to stop. She documented evidence when no one believed her, and she brought that evidence to us even though she knew it would cost her socially. Without her, an innocent teacher would still be suspended, and the person responsible would face no consequences. Every head in the auditorium turns. Hundreds of eyes land on me at once. My throat tightens. Mom's hand finds mine under the armrest and squeezes. We owe her our gratitude, Dr. Brennan says, and we owe her a commitment to do better. The applause returns, louder this time. A few people stand. Then more. Within seconds, half the auditorium is on its feet. I don't know where to look, so I stare at my hands and wait for it to end. When the noise fades, Dr. Brennan gestures toward Mr. Harrison. I'd like to invite Mr. Harrison to say a few words. He stands slowly and walks to the microphone. The room goes quiet again. Thank you, he says. His voice is steady but strained. The last 2 weeks have been the hardest of my career. I've taught for 18 years. I've worked with hundreds of students. I've built a reputation on fairness and accountability. And in one night, all of that was nearly destroyed. He pauses, adjusting his glasses. I was angry. I was humiliated. I felt powerless. But what kept me going was the belief that the truth would come out eventually. I didn't know how or when, but I believed it would. He looks at me. I was wrong. The truth didn't just come out. Someone fought for it. Someone risked everything to make sure it was heard, and that person is sitting in this room right now. The cameras turn toward me again. Flashes pop. I keep my eyes on Mr. Harrison. I don't know how to thank her, he says. Words don't feel like enough, but I want her to know that she saved more than my career. She saved my belief that integrity still matters, that doing the right thing still counts for something. His voice breaks slightly. He clears his throat and steps back from the microphone. The applause is deafening this time. People stand again. Someone yells, "Thank you," toward me. Another person shouts, "We're proud of you." Mom pulls me into a hug. I press my face against her shoulder and let the noise wash over me. Dr. Brennan wraps up the meeting with procedural updates. The district is implementing a new whistleblower protocol. Students will have direct access to the superintendent's office if they need to report misconduct. An independent review of the high school's administration will begin next week. By the time we leave, the parking lot is flooded with people. Reporters approach as we walk toward the car. Mom waves them off. No comment. Please respect our privacy. One reporter calls out, "How does it feel to be vindicated?" I don't answer, just keep walking. That night, my phone explodes. Texts from classmates I haven't spoken to in months. Messages from people I barely know. Most of them say the same thing. "You were right," or "I'm sorry I didn't believe you," or "Thank you." I don't respond to any of them. Just turn off my phone and go to bed. By Friday morning, the story is everywhere. Local news runs a segment titled "Student Exposes Cover-Up at District High School." The article includes a photo of Mr. Harrison at the board meeting. But my name isn't mentioned. Just a sophomore who chose to speak up. The hashtag trends locally by lunchtime. Parents share the articles on social media, calling for tighter ethics policies and better oversight. Someone starts a petition demanding that all district administrators undergo annual accountability training. Within 24 hours, it has over 2,000 signatures. At school, the energy is strange. People stare but don't approach. A few students nod at me in the hallway. Others avoid eye contact entirely. Drew's friends are gone, transferred or keeping their heads down. The group that used to crowd his locker every morning has scattered. Marcus catches up with me after third period. "You see the news?" "Yeah." "My mom showed me the petition." She signed it. He grins. She also told Drew's mom to stop calling our house. Said if she had a problem, she could take it up with the district. "Your mom's intense. She's protective." He adjusts his backpack. "People are talking about you. Some of it's good, some of it's not. I figured. Just thought you should know." I appreciate the honesty. He doesn't sugarcoat it, doesn't pretend everything's fine now, just tells me the truth and keeps walking. In the cafeteria, a girl from my biology class sits down across from me. Her name is Lena. We've worked on lab assignments together but never talked outside of class. Hey, she says. Hey, it's fine. It's not. She picks at her sandwich. But I'm glad you didn't give up. A lot of people would have. Thanks. She doesn't stay long, just finishes her lunch and leaves. But the gesture sticks with me. By the end of the day, the district releases a formal statement on the new whistleblower protocol. It outlines a confidential reporting system for students, a dedicated liaison in the superintendent's office, and mandatory training for all administrators on handling misconduct allegations. The statement specifically mentions recent events as the catalyst for the changes. Mom reads it aloud over dinner that night. They're citing your recordings as the turning point. Says here they exposed a culture of silence that allowed misconduct to go unchecked. Good. You don't sound convinced. I'm just tired, I say. Everyone keeps calling it a victory, but it doesn't feel like one yet. Give it time. She sets the statement aside. You changed something. That takes a while to sink in. Saturday morning, Mr. Harrison emails me. The subject line reads, "Thank you." The message is short. I wanted to reach out personally to thank you again for what you did. I know this week has been overwhelming. If you ever need someone to talk to, or if you need help navigating what comes next, my door is always open. You showed more courage than most adults I know. Don't let anyone make you doubt that. I read it twice, then close my laptop and go for a walk. The neighborhood is quiet. Leaves scatter across the sidewalk. A dog barks somewhere in the distance. I pass the park where I used to play as a kid, the swings swaying gently in the breeze. For the first time in weeks, I don't feel like I'm carrying anything. Just walking, just breathing. When I get home, Mom is sitting on the porch with a cup of coffee. She pats the chair beside her and I sit down. How are you feeling? She asks. Better. Good. She sips her coffee. You know, when you first told me what you saw, I was terrified. I didn't know if you'd be believed. I didn't know if it would make things worse for you. It did make things worse. For a while, she agrees. But you're still here, and the truth is out. That's what matters. I lean back in the chair and close my eyes. The sun is warm on my face. Somewhere down the street, kids are laughing. Yeah, I say. That's what matters. 3 weeks later, Mr. Harrison stops me after class. The room is empty, chairs pushed in, whiteboard wiped clean. He holds out a folded piece of paper. I wrote this last night, he says. Thought you should have it. I unfold it. His handwriting is neat, deliberate. You gave me my career back. More than that, you reminded me why I became a teacher in the first place. Thank you. My throat tightens. You gave me something too. He raises an eyebrow. Proof that doing the right thing still matters, even when no one believes you at first. He smiles, the kind that reaches his eyes. Keep that with you. You'll need it someday. I nod and slip the note into my backpack. The last day of school arrives warm and bright. Mom drops me off early. The parking lot is half empty, students trickling in with backpacks slung over one shoulder, already thinking about summer. I walk through the main hallway toward my locker. A few people glance my way. Some nod, others smile. No one whispers. No one looks away. I lost friends over this. People I thought would stand by me disappeared the moment things got hard. But I gained something better. Peace. The kind that comes from knowing I didn't look away when it mattered. And if I had to do it again, I would. Every single time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.